I really hope to God that this video never sees the light of day. I hope this never gets posted. But given recent events in my life and salty Karens that want to come at me with lies and manipulations because of probably an election, but I don't know. I think honestly, people just have an obsession with better people, people that try to do what's right, you know? It's like so many people hated Trump. Dude's just out here trying to make America great again. Just like they have an obsession with me, apparently. I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm going to tell you a few stories. I told you all about how I got ran over when I was a kid. Yeah. That's like 10% of the story. When I got ran over, the bitch backed over me, ripped open my pants. And then she pulled back over me, ripping out roughly 10% of my left ass cheek. I have a giant scar on it to prove it. But it's not just that. When she pulled back over me, she pulled me forward, which caused some pebbles to enter my pants. When that happened, one of the pebbles, a small smooth pebble, punctured my urethra. I was only 6 at the time, dude. I had fucking blood coming out of my dick. I didn't even know what the thing really was at the time. Excuse me, I really don't like telling this story, but it needs to be told for context so people can understand the truth. Anyways, they got me down to the hospital. They sedated me. I woke up like 3 or 4 hours later to doctors shoving scalpels into the left and right side of my penis to relieve the pressure because the damn thing was swelled up to the size of a grapefruit. I had to be on a catheter for like, I don't know, a month and a lot of other shit. There was some rehabilitation. I didn't lose the ability to walk. I have very weak legs because of it, and it's made my knees give out on me and stuff. Plus, I do have back issues because of it, but at least I'm still able to walk. The point is, later in life, I don't know, 12, 13, I started getting erections. And it led to pains in my growing. A lot of pain. I'd never had sex or anything. I was still a kid, you know? So it wasn't like I was dirty. But I had a lot of pain from it. I remember it was so awkward to be around girls or anything and made me antisocial. So, anyways, I don't want sympathy for any of that, but I need to just tell the story, excuse me. So, anyways, I wound up telling some therapists at the school about it. And, well, I told a teacher first, and they told me to talk to the therapist. And about a week or two after I talked to the therapist, I don't know, dude, I was like 13, maybe 14. This fucking guy in a suit comes in. They they took me to a classroom. It was off by itself. They got me from my homeroom or whatever and brought me in. It was like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. in the morning. Take me into this room, and this guy in a suit comes in. Black suit. He doesn't show any identification. They told me that it was a counselor. I needed to talk to him. And I did. I explained stuff to him about, getting ran over and how it hurt and, it made me awkward. And about halfway through the story, which, by the way, he was recording me. There was an audio recorder. I didn't say that before, but the whole time there was an audio recorder. But halfway through the story, he set a gun out on the table at the same time that he asked me, "You're just making up a bunch of shit, aren't you, boy?" I mean, needless to say, agreed, even though I strongly disagree. Point is, a few days after that, they sent me to Hackey Step. I was there for 6 months to a year. This wasn't the first time either. It wasn't the first time. I got another one coming, but I don't know. At that point, I lost 10% of my childhood. I had already, suffered mental deficiencies because of basically getting my dick smashed. Excuse my language, but it's quite accurate. But so then I got out of Hack, came home, blah blah blah, got readjusted to life. I'm 15, 16 by this time. And I start getting into fights at school, just random fights, and I'm not even instigating anything. It's just people wanting to fight me. And I started calling them out for like running drugs or trying to sell little cigarettes, individual cigarettes, and stupid shit. I didn't narc them out. No, excuse me, I didn't like tell people, but I confronted them about it because I felt like it was wrong. And anyways, I started having to go to counseling sessions and other things because I kept getting into fights. Like, I don't know, I was stupid. But in the counseling sessions, I started telling them again. This is in the school, by the way, still in the school. But I started telling them about getting ran over again. I guess at this point, that's just a big no-no. Because they actually suspended me right afterwards. And then I came back, and they were trying to get me put into Hack. And that's, like, it's all really complicated, but it'll make more sense why it's complicated once you hear the next part of the story. They couldn't get my family to send me to Hack, so they scheduled a PTA meeting for my father to come in. And my father had just started work for a new company called Precision Blasting. Excuse me. You all may have heard of it. Anyways, I'm like 16 at the time. And anyways, he comes in for this PTA meeting. Had to drive like 12 hours. And his eyes were bloodshot red. He was kind of a little bit of an alcoholic back then, but he was stable enough. You know what I mean? Wasn't bad, just stable. Point is, they got him in there. He said, "Yeah, I'm doing good. Just started working for Precision Blasting, yada yada yada." Like, oh, that's cool. Blah blah blah. And they had the meeting, and they started saying the reasons why they wanted to send me off. They started going around the table, and anyways, one of the staff for the school, in the middle of it, leaned back. Now, my father had told me all of this. Keep that in mind. I wasn't there for any of it. I'll tell you my side next. But anyways, so they lean back and say that they called a woman by the name of Linda Dixon, apparently. I'll never forget that name. She was in charge of like juvenile control or whatever. They leaned back and said, yeah, get a hold of Linda Dixon. We have a parent here that wants to report their child out of control. Well, that's about the time my dad stood up and got real pissed off. Started yelling at him, everything else. And they all circled up around him. Well, then he said, you know what? Fuck you all. I might just blow my fucking brains out right here. School got put on lockdown. Code 5, man with gun. Code red, bomb threat, because he worked for Precision fucking Blasting. I mean, tell me this is not a setup. Tell me this is not a setup at this point. Anyways, he winds up getting arrested. I think he told him he wanted to kill himself so he could go to psych, and he went to psych. Then he spent like 5 days in jail, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's my side. I'm sitting in class, whole school gets put on lockdown, and then like three or four teachers keep coming by and asking me questions. I'm like, what the fuck? Um, what I found out afterwards, I got out of school, is that the school got put on lockdown because my father. I don't know. Shit, whatever. What the hell, you know? Now, here's the crazy part. Like, whenever I came back, I think it was on a Friday, so it was like the following Monday I came back. I told everyone about it. No one fucking believed me. Like that is some. Like, it's not a good thing to have your dad, out here threatening a school or anything like that. It's not. He didn't threaten the school, by the way. He just threatened himself because of the school, because of the lies that the school told, basically. Oh, anyways, no one believed me. They all thought I was crazy. And 2 days later, they pick me up from the high school and take me to Hackey Step, anyways. There goes another 8 to 10 months, maybe. I don't know, more like 14 months this time. I was like 17 and a half by the time I got out. Keep in mind, I've skipped over the times that I was institutionalized. That's a whole other thing that I really don't like acknowledging, because these motherfuckers were coming at me hard, like really hard. And it's all because I kept talking about getting ran over as a kid, which is how this video started. And you see, this is some like next level crazy deep fuckery shit. I don't know what else to call it, but Lord, I think I need to cut this one off and take a break for a moment. But we're about 1/3 of the way through my past history of this organization, or this cartel syndicate. Probably syndicate, yeah. This syndicate literally stalking me and destroying elements of my life for the past 20 fucking years. We're only 1/3 the way through, but I'm going to take a break for a minute. I'll make another video about this. Just, I hope that these videos never get posted, because if they do, it means that I have no other choice but to tell the full truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you for your time, and may God bless America.